Hey everybody, it's Rob Garrison with Michigan Mortgage. I wanted to get with you guys. I've talked a little bit about forbearance, and there has been some additional information on that you should know. Amy from our office did a really nice overview of what the forbearance is and some of the problems with that. I want to dig a little bit deeper today, in just about 5 minutes, cover, first of all, what it is, how it works, how you can get it, but then also what some of the problems are with it. So let's just dive right in. I'm going to share my screen with you, just so you can kind of get a little visual. So first of all, it's part of the CARES Act that the government just passed. What it does is it delays payments up to 6 months for people that are affected by the COVID-19 coronavirus. So how it works is you, the borrower, contact the servicer. You ask for a forbearance. They are required to give that to you with your attestation, basically you just stating that you are affected. You do not have to provide any proof for that. And the servicer actually does need to give that to you. I'm getting a lot of calls though, asking if people should do that. And it really depends on the situation. I will tell you that there are some problems with it, and we're going to go over those. So first of all, couple very important points. This is not a forgiveness. It doesn't mean that you don't have these payments down the road. And it's also not a deferment. So think of a student loan. A lot of times those are deferred. What happens is when they're not paid, that what you owe goes on the back end of the loan. This is not that. This is a forbearance, meaning that you aren't required to pay it during those 6 months with a possible additional another 6 months. But after the time frame, you do have to pay it back. You either have to pay it back fully, or you can pay it over time, or they could do a loan modification where they re-amortize the loan. But at no point is it forgiven. And the point that you need to understand is that this is negotiated by the servicer with you. So at the end of that time frame, they're going to call you and they're going to try to get you to repay this as quickly as you possibly can. And it's going to increase your mortgage payment at that time. So a couple of the unknowns on this is, first of all, while they can't foreclose on you during this time frame, it can affect your credit. So they can't report it to credit as a late payment, but you're going to see a gap in your credit report. And so how that affects you getting a loan down the road, it's a little bit of an unknown. If you go to apply for a loan, they're going to see that you didn't make a mortgage payment for that period of time. How that affects the ability for you to get a refinance or any other kind of loan is a little bit unknown right now. The other is just the terms that they're going to negotiate at the end. They don't have to negotiate it with you up front. They have to give it to you up front, and then they negotiate it with you down the road. So 30 days before this is due, they're going to be calling you, trying to figure out a way for you to repay what you haven't paid for the last 6 months. All during that time, you are not paying down your loan, so you're losing some of the equity that you otherwise would have gained during that time frame, and that's kind of a big deal. The other thing, again, they can't foreclose on you during that 6 months, but after that, if you are unable to increase your payment, they can foreclose on you. So just know that could happen as well. And again, the last thing is, what are the terms going to be when they do renegotiate this thing with you? That's kind of the unknown. Some final thoughts here is that this is no free lunch. This is not something that should be taken lightly, and it certainly shouldn't be done unless this coronavirus has severely affected your financial abilities. A lot of people are getting unemployment right now. They are a lot of people are still working. Some people are getting that additional money, the additional $600 on the unemployment. So they're able to weather the storm. So in that situation, I would not advise you do this. It's only in those situations where you simply cannot make the payments right now. So hopefully that helps you guys, gives you a little bit of insight to this. As always, we're here for you. If there's anything that we can do for you, please give us a call. I'm Rob with Michigan Mortgage.